So Trump just gave us 90 days to make money. This is the headlines that is trending. Trump announces 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs with the exception of China. So Trump is ready for China and China also is ready for Trump. So let's see how it goes. But the one beautiful thing you need to know is let's play this to our own advantage. It doesn't matter who is giving high tariff or low tariff. The bottom line is let's look at stocks with high volatility and let's see how we can profit from it. So let's move straight to the chart and let's look at the S&P 500. So if you look at the chart right there, you see the S&P 500 actually had a massive dip when Trump actually came up with his tariff, and the S&P 500 dipped to the 4,841 basis point. And as I'm speaking to you right now, it has rebounded as a result of some of the relief decisions that have actually made the market to bounce back. So for 90 days, we need to see this market pump high. Now, what are we expecting after 90 days? So I think it's two things. As an investor, you need to plan in probability. So you think in probability. So if after 90 days, two things will happen, is either the stocks market continue to shoot up or the market start to tank. So any which way, you need to prepare yourself and prepare your portfolio for such volatility. But it's a bit long. We're talking about 3 months. So in 3 months, we can still make thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, depending on your portfolio size. So look at the bounce here, and we expect the market to come back to this area and possibly hit the all-time high. So we expect the market to bounce back to this area. But it will be a kind of choppy one going forward, because a lot of people don't trust Trump. So it might come after a week or two and said it's no longer 90 days. He's the president. He's taking advantage of the population in the US. So many people don't understand this tariff. Let me just give you a brief explanation. So when you heard Trump is actually giving maybe 100% or 135% tariff on China, you'll be wondering, this is how it works. That percentage will be what the companies in the United States is going to pay to their government. So the government will be making money, and any product they are selling, the price will increase and the citizen will pay more. Now, what is the goal for this action? The goal of this action is for local manufacturers or indigenous manufacturers to be discouraged from taking manpower outside the country, so that they will decide to be manufacturing all these goods in their country. And once they start manufacturing these goods, you now have the opportunity to employ Americans, just like he promised that he wants to make America great again. So these are some few tips that we need to have in mind, that these tariffs are being paid by the indigenous country like United States, as they are giving in these tariffs. So they are the one paying it. So the goal is to discourage, because by the time you import all these things and these tariffs are high, it will increase the prices of all these items. So it will serve as competition. Those who are producing or those who are manufacturing locally, we have an edge because they are not bringing in anything and they are not having any tariff on their items or goods. So this is just a brief explanation on how the tariff works. So look at it. We are expecting a bounce, and very soon we'll come up here, because as you can see, 0.79, and that is 42 basis points. So this is the update for the S&P 500. So if you want to look at it long time, let's look at the weekly chart. So if you look at the weekly chart, you can see the huge bounce from this point to this point, and we are trying to wake up. And by the time we wake up and break this, I think it will be massive. And like Trump said, he said the stock market is going to shoot up like never before. Of course, he knows the key, because he's the one that has been dumping the market by giving us some kind of strong policy. So this area has been a support in this area also, and this is the bounce we are seeing. It's a very simple chart. Even though Trump did not even give all this, from the chart, if you are a technical analysis person, you will know that, okay, from this shoot here, we are expecting a dip, but you might not know that it will be massive. But of course, this is where the previous support is, around here. And if this place is not hold, this will be the next point of call. And once we get to this place, we'll be expecting a bounce back. just like what we experience in this area. So guys, these are some few tips I just want to share for you to know how to trade. So let's look at some stocks that are actually selling for a discount, that are selling on sales. These stocks are on sales and they will perform well. So one of them is CRDO. CRDO is one that is very, very cheap. So if you can get it below 40, I think that would be amazing. Buying it below 40, excellent. So you'll be selling for 60. 60 is around this area, and that will give you your 50%. So CRDO is one. I think I'll be buying more for my portfolio tomorrow. When the market opens, I'll be taking this trade. So you can see this is a pure opportunity, and you can make wealth in a short while. So another one I want to show you guys is called SoFi. SoFi also can give you 50% also, but because of the tariff noise and everything in the market, you might reduce your target to 25%. So once your target is 25%, for example, you want to buy, let's say you're buying at 11, you want to see that you can sell it at 16. At 11, you'll be selling it at 16. So that will give you your 50%. So one thing you need to know is you can reduce the percentage, as I've said, the 30%. That will be okay, so that you will not be caught in it. So you can target this area here, which will serve as a strong resistance also before shooting into this area. So 50% or 25% depending on your price target, but they are currently at a good entry. Excellent entry would have been 9 or below 10. Same with CRDO. excellent since it's below 40. So that's CRDO for you. Another one I want to look at is SRFM. That's Soft Air Mobility. Soft Air Mobility is another unique one. It's up to 43. So if you are getting it here, you can also ride it to 4, and that will be more than 50% for you. If we take our ruler and pick it here, and if we move it to this point, so that will be 90%, but we are looking at 50%. If you do 50% 2 times, you get 100%. So here we are. Excellent. So 375 give you 50%. So that's the number 3 stocks that you should be looking. Let's look at number 4. Number 4, Palantir will be another one we should be looking at. So getting Palantir below 100, excellent. So far this area has served as resistance. 2 things can either happen. It's either there is a breakout from here, or there is a bounce back. That is a resistance around here. So what you want to do, if you are going in here, you want to have plan that in case the market dip again to this point, you will still buy more. So this is another trick, so that you enter trade with confidence. Another one you want to look at is Nvidia. So Nvidia is another one you want to look at. So if you can get Nvidia below 110, so you'll be looking at, this is 120, so that will give us like 10%. So around this area will be nice. That will be like 30% if you are buying around 110, that will give you that. So, but I love it below 100. So it depends. You all know what Nvidia has done in the past. So going in now might just be another opportunity. So we've talked about CRDO, we've talked about SoFi, we've talked about Palantir, we've talked about SRFM, we've talked about Nvidia. That is the 5 stocks. So if I want to add another one, it would be Life Person. So Life Person will be another one to look out. You can see perfect entry. This is a point you want to load Life Person. So I can tell you for fact I've made cool money from these, and I've also round tripped my profit in this particular stock. I bought it at 1 and it got to 2, and Bamboo platform did not allow me to sell. I was so angry that day, but that's the market for you. That's trading for you. So let's mark these 2 area. It's still coming back to test this area. So what you can do, and what I plan to do, is to keep loading around here. And if you come back to this part, you'll be making your 100% around this area. So if you can load around this area, excellent. So So you don't have to wait until these two. So you don't have to wait until. So that's what I'm currently doing. So coming in now, excellent. You make cool money. So that's live person for you. So the last one I want to show you guys is EOS. EOS is another one to look out for. So EOS is another one to look out for. So getting EOS at 4, excellent. If you can get it now, excellent. Look at where EOS is going to 655. And I see EOS like those stocks that will actually do well. Yes, that's what I see EOS to be. So I think, of course, those in my community, they are aware that we started trading EOS when it was around $1. So you can see having all this will tell you the potentials that you can bank on in EOS. And so far, EOS has been shooting before we get this dip. So this is a perfect time for you to look at the stock very well and see how you can play on it. So don't forget, I'm looking at the weekly chart. So I'm looking at a month or two, because of the grace that we have. So once it's approaching that 90 days, you don't want to forget, because investors always forget. So you just want to take advantage of it. So you just want to take advantage of all this trade. So I've given you some hot stocks. And most especially, if I were you, I would just concentrate on CRDO. And so this is the stock I'll advise you to actually buy. If you can get it below 40, I'm very, very sure this stock will get to 50, it will get to 60. So it depends on your profit appetite, like your percentage that you want to go home with. For me, I think waiting for 60, if the environment is fine and cool based on these 90 days that Trump has given the market, I think it will be okay. But if I think you just need a sharp or a small profit, selling at 55, 50, at least you are still above 20%. So don't forget that 20% is what some people stake their money for in a year for them to get 20%. So if you are getting it for a month or two, I think it's a good deal, so to speak. So this is just some highlights for you to know what we've talked about. So consider these and also consider SoFi. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I post enriching videos like this. Until I come your way again, keep making money, keep building wealth without tears. I love you, my friends. Bye.